Is the strawberry soup really worth it?
Prince of the Bear, today we're back at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort because we have some grand foodie investigation to do.
We're going to 1900 Park Fair for dinner.
That's your number one choice of foodie infotainment. We're here to find out if the menu is indeed fair. Remember, she's vegan. I'm not. I'm going to add a princess to the lineup today.
It's time to foodie and chill.
Every good buffet starts with a good salad. I know that it's very tempting to skip over and go straight for the meats, but some of these salads can amaze you just a little bit. Starting off, we have the broccoli slaw, complete with, you got some golden raisins in here, some pumpkin seeds. I like slaw, so adding a little extras, I'm not mad at that. The carrot and cabbage slaw on its own can be kind of basic. I'm fine with basic when basic exists. But the existence of the raisins and the pumpkin seeds in here gives it both like an earthiness and a sweetness that you wouldn't expect. I like that. 3.75 out of 5 plus. So, loaded potato salad. You can't eat everybody's potato salad because sometimes people put some weird things in here, but loaded, you're already preparing me there's going to be something in here. I'm seeing bacon, some green onions, some little bit of cheese in here. So you know what? You're off to the races at the very least. Ooh, okay. There are some people that try to sneak like onions in potato salad. That's not a vibe for me, usually because I can't have onions, but the green onions gives it like a little bit of onion flavor that sort of hangs but doesn't overpower potato salad. And then in the middle, you have nice bits of crispy bacon. That works. That is a potato salad I would come back to your house for. I'll give that 4 out of 5 plus. For the life of me, I've never understood what it's with buffets. Like when you're not a seafood buffet, and peel and eat shrimp. But it is a thing that does exist. And while I love sea roach, I'm not complaining. I don't love peeling it, but I will definitely eat it. Oh, I was going to eat it until I just yeeted it off the table. That's what the princess is going to do to me if you guys don't like and subscribe to this video. So please, like and subscribe to this video so she doesn't throw me off the edge like that shrimp just did. A little bit of cocktail sauce. Fresh, soft, all things should be served chilled. The cocktail sauce is okay. Now, while I love cocktail sauce, I have recently been spoiled by the new shrimp cocktail at Boat Rights with the Amarillo peppers and the remoulade. That's like my new base. So if I can't have peel and eat shrimp with remoulade, I don't want anything else. So while this is good, my expectations are now a bar higher. So it's a 2.5 out of 5 plus. They're average shrimp, but I've had better. So do better. Now, I feel like cornbread has been slowly disappearing from around the park, but I'm glad there are certain places in these said parks that we can still get it. They have an entire pile of cornbread up there, complete with whipped honey butter. I could have taken the entire tray. It's a buffet. I can have it my way, right? I want the whole tray. It's a nice fluffy cornbread and a little bit of this whipped honey butter that you can have on the side. It's not required. You don't have to get it. But if it exists, you should try it at the very least. That is a very good standard cornbread. Soft, moist, not dried out. Has a nice golden top on it. It's not as good as Whispering Canyon, but it's still pretty good. I would give that 3.75 out of 5 plus. We have the assorted cheeses. I never know what to give the assorted cheeses. They don't ever tell you what kind of cheeses they are. I'm sure if you ask the chef, they would tell you. But they're just unlabeled blocks of cheese. I'm going to assume this is cheddar. This is probably like a provolone or something. We're going to try the white cheese. Pepper jack? Give me pepper jack. Ooh, okay. That is pepper jack. You can taste the peppers immediately. It's got a light heat. I would say like a 3.5 out of 5 claw, 3.5 out of 10 claw. It's a 3.5 out of 10 on the heat scale. So good, it's got me messing up my words. Like I needed any additional help with that. That's good cheese. If you want cheese, go for it. This is the buffet. You get a little or as much of whatever you want. If you want to go and get a plate full of gummy bears, you can do that here. If you want a plate full of cheese, do it. Nobody's going to be here telling you to eat your veggies. You don't got to. I will advise you eat 1 or 2, but you don't have to. The cheese, 3.5 out of 5 claws.
You sit up. Where are you guys traveling from?
Over. Yeah.
So you didn't travel here by magic carpet?
No.
I didn't have the pleasure.
It's the quickest way to travel. You
Yeah?
just have to remember to get your carpet tassels rotated every 30,000 miles. If you don't, your magic carpet can start to fly too low and too slow. My monkey Abu learned that the hard way. Let's just say he's a really good swimmer now.
We had a chef console, and I asked Chef if he could make me some tofu because I love me a good tofu any day of the week. And so he made me this beautiful spicy tofu with all these veggies. I'm here for these tomatoes, spinach. He's got everything in here. So cheers to an off-menu tofu. That is super delicious. It's very turmeric forward. I wouldn't call it spicy. I would say it's like a 0.5 out of 10 on the heat scale, but the tofu is fantastic. I could eat like 5 plates of this. It is a 4.5 out of 5 tofus. I think I would prefer the tofu in cubes, but like I will still inhale this.
Tofu, but make it dinner. Now, if you're wondering where the tofu is, it's this right here. They basically scramble the tofu. This is very similar to the tofu scramble they have for breakfast here. On the limes, you got some mushrooms. They put a little bit of tomato in here. We like an inventive culinary team. The chef whipped this up and brought this out within like 10 minutes. So there's something that you want or something you desire, say like the vegan items on the line are not speaking to you, always speak to a chef. They're here to make you happy. They enjoy a challenge. Cheers to the culinary team. The slight spice with the tofu, maybe like a 0.5 out of 10 on the heat scale, but how that interacts with the acidity of the tomatoes and the earthiness of the mushrooms, I like that. It's a flavorful dish. It feels like it would be a quick service, not a quick service, like a table service entree made for you here with character. I approve. I'll give this a solid 4 out of 5 claws. They never disappoint.
They have the create your own salad station. There are 2 vegan dressing options, Italian and citrus vinaigrette. I went with Italian. I played it safe. Got pickled onions on here, beautiful tomatoes, cucumbers, chickpeas, romaine, carrots. And I just went to town because it looked really good. Here we go. Cheers. It tastes like a super fresh, super tangy, delicious side salad. And I'm here for it. I would give it a 4.5 out of 5 salads. It tosses my salad.
Create your own salad is like creating your own masterpiece. You want a little bit of everything. You want some color. Who cares if these things are what you would normally put together? Because you know what? It's a buffet. And the world is your plant-based oyster? Yeah. There's something about a good tangy Italian dressing. When I get an Italian dressing, I want my tongue to vibrate. That's how tangy I want it to be, and that is the perfect level of tangy for me. I love the chickpeas, even though they are a little bit hard to fork, and the lettuce and all the rest of the ingredients are fresh. Which for a salad bar, it's all I can ask for. All I need now is for you to bring Soup Plantation back to Orlando. That is a 3.5 out of 5 claws.
some reason, I got a lot of this walnut kale salad that has olives in it. And I don't know why, because I don't like the saltiness of olives, and I don't like the texture of kale. But maybe Bear will take some. I'm just gonna slide this little bite onto my fork with my other fork. This is the way. I don't mind the texture so much, and the dressing they use with this certainly tastes like the citrus vinaigrette. So I'm glad I got the Italian for my salad, but it's the citrus vinaigrette mixed with olives, and it's very, very, very olive forward, and I don't like olives, so for me, this is not it. If you like olives, though, you're really going to enjoy this dish. For me, it's like a 3 out of 5 salads. It's okay, but like, I'd probably walk of shame this salad.
We are an eat everything channel. Anything that we can eat and everything we can eat in regards to what won't kill us or isn't vegan, it's usually the way to go. So a lot of times you come to a buffet, I feel like a garbage disposal. But at the same time, I'm always curious about the community's plan of attack. Do you start with salads? Do you bother with salads? Do you go for the meat first and then get everything else second? Like meat then sides? Dessert first? Let me know your buffet plan of attack in the comments. Just a little blurb. The princess is probably going to hate on me for this in a little bit. And I'm not saying they're one-to-one, but the initial bite was so herb forward. It reminded me of a Persian dish, gourmet sabzi. But then I got to the nuts, and I'm like, oh, this isn't gourmet sabzi. I'm disappointed. Because I got nuts and then I got olives. Those two together don't make sense to me. It's like earthy and then like pickled whatever. And with the kale, it's a salad seeking an identity, and I don't love it. 2.2 out of 5 plus.
I got a couscous salad that I'm not really a fan of. I do love me some couscous, but I don't like a cold couscous. And this has like dried fruit in it and nuts and stuff. And I like mine to just be seasoned and not to have all these extras in here. So, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. It is filled with dried fruit, and it's really dry in general. I do not like. I make my own Moroccan couscous at home all the time, and it is not half as dry as this, even if it's 2 days old. This is like worse than the Sahara Desert. I would give it a 2 out of 5 couscous. Somebody needs to go back to culinary school.
Now me and mine's, I love a good couscous with fruit in it. Little bits of like sweet surprise. I like that. I don't eat it very often, but I do love it. A nice fork fill. Looks herby. I get plenty of fruits. I got some nuts in there. I think when the princess called this 2 days old, she's being generous. That feels like, it almost feels like, I don't know if you could freeze dry couscous, but that's not good. I definitely feel like it's something that was made days ago and has been sitting for a while. When I say a while, longer than 2 days, I'm not a fan. Because the fruit, everything is fine. The fruit feels fresher, but it feels like you just mixed in the fruit to old couscous. 1 out of 5 claws. You can skip that religiously.
So we have what they have on the line labeled as Lavash. As a Persian person, I can tell you this is not Lavash that they have available, but I did talk about that in our last dinner review at 1900 Park Fair. This is like pita cracker. Ideally, I recommend crushing this up and making this like your vegan crouton for your salad. That's probably the best use of this type of cracker, but it's very delicious. And if you're not vegan, put some cheese on this and you have some like delicious adult lunchable. I would give it a 4.75 out of 5 crackers. It's not lavash, but it's crackers.
Lavash. When the princess tells you it's not lavash, you respect her Persian expertise. It's a fine cracker, but I feel like it needs to get something to dip it in, or like a spreadable cheese, not a block of cheese. I would give that 2.5 out of 5 claws.
got some by request roasted potatoes because the mashed potatoes on the line are not vegan, and the roasted potatoes take less time than the mashed, so cheers. They're seasoned pretty well. They're a little bit on the salty side. I'm not mad at them. I enjoy them. I would give them a 3.5 out of 5 potatoes.
Nice roasted house potatoes. I say house because the house made them. So technically they're house potatoes. Raw roasted with a little bit of Salt Bay action. Previously getting canceled. They're good potatoes. 3 out of 5 claws. Buffets are an adventure in and of themselves, especially at Disney. You have the main buffet, but also understand that in most places, usually at least one, sometimes 2 kid stations that have some items that aren't on the regular buffet. So sometimes they're hiding chicken tendies, sometimes they're hiding pizza, and again, you're paying for it, eat what you want. Today, they have turkey meatballs. In addition to turkey meatballs, near the carving station, I found a horseradish cream sauce. So turkey meatballs, horseradish cream. Yeah. Meatballs are nice and tender, well cooked. And with the addition of the horseradish cream, whole nother level. It's a lesson, do not skip the kid station. At least go investigate it. I'll give that 3.75 out of 5 claws. Initially, I thought this was mac and cheese, but after reading the sign, it is a butternut squash pasta. Fucking delicious, like the campanelli noodles, right? It's like palate isn't the most scientific. A lot of times, I'm going off vibes, but we've tasted a few foods. So basically, all that it is, it tastes like a roasted butternut squash, pureed, with heavy cream on pasta, which is why you get that color to it, because it's like a butternut squash mixed with the heavy cream. So your base pasta just with a butternut squash flavored cream. It's fine, actually. I'd give that 3.5 out of 5 claws. Salmon. Now, eating at different Disney buffets, they would serve salmon all sorts of ways, like half of a fillet, little corners. This is probably the most efficient display of salmon I've seen in a buffet. It's just a little cube, a little rectangle, but it sits in a lemon saffron butter sauce, which is the real pull. A little bit of tomato on the side here. Now, yeah, all right, there we go. That is perfect salmon. Literally disintegrated in my mouth. The lemon saffron is very subtle, so it's not like a super strong saffron taste. Not a ton of lemon. Just enough to cut through the brininess of the fish, and it just tastes wonderful. The salmon is a salmon. Maybe a little bit extra on top. I would give that 4 out of 5 claws. On a long enough timeline, you're going to encounter french fries or mashed potatoes. This buffet, it's mashed potatoes. However, next to these mashed potatoes, with no explanation, they had an au jus. So I poured the jus on top of the mashed potatoes. Because why not? Oh, yes. Sauce is a little modifier on what's already really creamy, really thick. Very buttery. But I get on board with that. Give those 3.75 out of 5 claws.
I I call these the Hollywood Brown Derby French rolls, and I made the mistake of saying that to the chef that was roaming around the buffet here. I was like, oh yeah, these are the Hollywood Brown Derby rolls, and chef was like, no. They might look like the Brown Derby rolls, but these are the Grand Floridian version rolls, meaning the Grand Floridian Bakery bakes these rolls. And we all know that the Grand Floridian Bakery is the supreme bakery of all of the resort bakeries at Walt Disney World. So the fact that this is a Grand Floridian Bakery Hollywood Brown Derby roll makes it extra special. Now I did get some of the tomato butter that is vegan that I want to put on this Hollywood Brown Derby roll. Even though it's made by the Grand Floridian Bakery, I call it the Hollywood Brown Derby roll by default because that is my favorite place to get these rolls. That tomato butter is something else. That is so freaking good. Just tap an IV into my vein with that butter. Oh my gosh. And on this French roll, it just completely transforms it into something else. So yeah, this is the way. I think the chef was right. I regret even trying to tell that chef that Brown Derby was in any league of this, because this is amazing. I would give it a 5 out of 5. It is a Princessities item. Tomato butter on everything.
If it's one thing you can be sure that the Grand Floridian will always do is they take their bread and anything baked and their treats here very seriously. Very seriously. So when they offer you up a roll and a spread, you spread the things. Disney, I know that lately I've been a little obnoxious. I've been posting nonstop on most of our socials about how I want May, Lunar New Year, and I'm not going to stop doing that. Just a level set, I'm not going to stop. However, can I also maybe have a meet and greet for the tomato butter, though? I don't even need a photo pass photographer. I just want to come, stand next to it, take a selfie every now and then. Let me walk in and take a selfie with the tomato butter, and we're good. That's delicious. Forget the roll. The real star, tomato butter. 4.5 out of 5 claws.
This is most certainly my favorite focaccia at Disney World, and mad shout out to the Grand Floridian Bakery that is always making bangers. That is a light, fluffy, delicious focaccia, perfectly salted, perfectly savory, smoother than the Velocicoaster. I would put the tomato butter on that too. It is a 5 out of 5. It is a Princessities item. When I wish upon a star, I wish for this type of focaccia everywhere.
Focaccia? Did not focaccia about you. That's a joke I'm going with. These are massive chunks of focaccia bread, all herbed and 100% plant-based as is. We love that. More of that. It's like a roasted or like sun-dried tomato on top. Perfection. 5 out of 5 claws. That's on the Bear Sexes list. This is the bread of breads. Give it a princess, give it a crown, give it a throne. I saw something recently, because I am one of those chronically online Disney adults, that said, and as a Floridian, I agreed, that summer is the worst season. Like the worst. Because soup is amazing. But summer is the one season that limits how much soup that you want to eat. Summer is anti-soup. Therefore, summer is the worst season. And I kind of have to agree, to tell the truth, because I love soup. And 4 days ago, it was like 50 degrees here in Florida. Today it was 80. But I'm going to eat my soup anyway. A nice chicken noodle soup with all the fixing, chunks of the chicken, celery. The carrots are kind of huge, and then you got the noodles. All the things that make chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup. And then we're at the buffet. But I gotta do the thing. Because the broth is trash. The bowl was trash. The bowl is kind of trash. It's more like celery water and not much else. I'm not getting like any sort of like kickback from like it. I suppose there's no salt or anything on the table. I don't know if it's fixable, but it's not. It's soup, but it's a little better than like watered down Campbell's chicken noodle soup. 2 out of 5 claws. This is what I personally consider to be the flagship dish here at 1900 Park Fair. I know a lot of people will run straight to the strawberry soup. Well, that's great, and I think a little highly overrated. Tiana's gumbo is the real reason I come to this restaurant. Well, and do the review, and to share with you guys. To eat the bad things you don't have to, but after all that's out of the way, then it's Tiana's gumbo. But they have spoons up there as well. The rice is on the side, you don't have to get that. The rice is vegan, obviously the gumbo is not. But you got nice, thick pieces of the meat. Got some beans in here, it's nice and thick. I see some andouille sausage down there. And it's got a thickness already on the spoon that I can appreciate. I feel already before I eat it, Tiana's doing Nola proud. Thick, well spiced. Not spicy, but of the spices, like thick with the spices, kind of sticks with everything. You might detect a little heat. If anything, I'm thinking like 1.5 out of 10 on the heat scale. With the chicken, with the andouille sausage, and the thickness of that gumbo. I want to dip everything in the buffet in this. I know I said the lavash needed a dip. It should be this. Focaccia bread should be this. Gummy bears should be dipped in this. Maybe not. But this, I approve of. 4.75 out of 5 claws.
I gotta say what's up, Doc, to these beautiful carrots that I guess I got too many. Or I guess I just Judy Hops it. It's a Judy Hops situation. They should have Judy Hops here. They should rotate out the characters. I mean, they rotate out the princesses, so why not rotate out, add some Judy in here? I guess they're all face characters, so you can't put atmosphere characters, but I think you could throw some atmosphere characters in here maybe. I don't know. If you're gonna do carrots, they should be either warm and soft or cool and crunchy. This is warm and crunchy. That is not a good carrot combination. I don't like that at all. I would give it a 1.5 out of 5 carrots. Judy Hops would be like, it like gives me the same vibes of like, do you guys remember like the original Zootopia when Judy opens her little microwave carrots? And it's like a big carrot, and you open it, it's like a baby carrot. That is literally how this feels. Not good.
Now, I like carrots. We already have a problem. If I can't put my fork through it, it's going to be an issue. I like carrots in all their forms. Cooked, cold, raw. I don't need seasoning on them. I will eat them as a snack. But in this case, I feel as if I've been hustled. And I don't know what I got hustled for, but I feel like I got hustled. They're okay. There's a carrot. I wouldn't kick it out of bed, but I might leave it out in the sun for a little bit longer, you know? 3 out of 5 claws.
So the next thing on the list is green beans. And these green beans are a little bit crunchy, but not fully soft. So that's a problem. I'm struggling to fork all of this here. I wanted this little onion piece. Here we go. This is a terribly huge piece. It is very crunchy and very not good. Even when you eat it with the onion, like it's supposed to give it flavor, it doesn't. This is probably one of the worst green beans that I have had at a Disney World buffet. And we have been to every Disney World buffet on property at least twice for dinner, and this is the worst. So take that for what it is.
Yes, green beans. Sometimes even I have to eat them. Both kids and adults. As a bear, I will be the first person telling you to eat your veggies. But just this one time, you can skip them. 1.5 out of 5 claws. I'm being nice.
Shout out to our subscriber, Devin Berry, that we have encountered multiple times. One of the cooler people that we get to see. He actually messaged us back in 2024 and told us about this menu change where they added this cauliflower. And it just takes me a while to get Bear to agree to go to character dining. So I've been pushing for this cauliflower, which is why I was pushing for us to come here. They have big pieces and small pieces. I tried to get the smaller pieces, but I still got bigger pieces. Wow. I really hope that it's just this batch that is the problem, because it has this beautiful Kale seasoning and what I would expect to be a crust on it. But instead it's just like a super soft like seasoning, like almost if you were like battering something before you cooked it. So what it the consistency gives, and I'm not really on board with that. But as far as like flavor and seasoning goes, it is very delicious. So I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt, and I'm gonna give it a 3.75 out of 5 cauliflower. I think it would taste better if it was actually crispy.
Fried cauliflower, that's a choice. Whether it's a good choice, we're gonna find out. I actually quite like the sauce. Cauliflower just feels like whatever crispness it had, it lost bathing in the sauce. Lost in the sauce, if you will. I would give that 3 out of 5 claws.
This little scoop in the middle of my plate is the impossible, what was supposed to be zoodles. Back when we had this the last time, the zucchini was actually like zoodled. Now it's just chopped up, and then they put impossible in there. So this is gonna be just like an impossible morsel, basically. That is an extremely seasoned impossible. Very salty, but very well seasoned. So it's not wanting for anything. It's just a little bit on the salty side. And I don't actually mind the zucchini being chopped up versus the zoodle. I thought the zoodle was a little awkward. Said like spinach and other veggies with it. And they kind of pared down the veggies and they just kind of made it like zucchini and impossible. And I'm not mad at that. I would give it a 4 out of 5 impossible. It is for the alt meat lovers.
I think it's well established on this channel that I'm a nerd. Things remind me of things. I'm somehow getting bog of eternal stench vibes. Doesn't smell like a bog though. That is surprisingly well seasoned for being like an amalgamous glob of things. I can see what they're going for. I think the seasoning's on point. The zucchini like cut into like cubes. Strange, but it works. I'll give that 4.25 out of 5 claws.
I was only trying to grab 2 tostones, and I grabbed 4? 3. I don't know. But I'm going to give myself a little bitey bite. These are the type of tostones that you would expect at Caribbean Beach or Amatista or some other Caribbean-themed restaurant. Perfectly salted, perfectly crisp. I have no notes. I would top the tostones with like the impossible. It would be amazing. I would give them a 4.75 out of 5 tostones. They know how to tostones here at 1900 Park Fair. And I'm not surprised because these chefs be chefing.
The screams reach out and tostones me. That feels like success in a bite. No other notes. 3.75 out of 5 claws.
I think this is my final savory item until I move on to the sweets, and that is one of my favorite things, a white rice. The buffets really know how to jasmine rice, especially Tusker House, so cheers to a good rice. I take back what I said. Somebody did not soak this rice, and it is uber starchy, like way too starchy for me to even take another bite, and I usually love that rice, but this fails the Persian test. It is a 1 out of 5 rice. It is one of the worst buffet rices I've ever had.
Remember, kids, if you don't wash your rice, the angry Mulan man will appear and yell at you. You wash your rice 3 times or until the water runs clear. Very easy. No siree. I don't like it. Don't ruin rice for me. That's one of those things on the list I'll remember you for. This action will have consequences. 1.5 out of 5 claws. I got the world's smallest scoop of mac and cheese on purpose. And now it looks to be like a white cheddar going on, but I got it, so I can try it. I would say it's above average mac and cheese. Not great mac and cheese, but above average. Give it 3.75 out of 5 claws. So this is the cooked sausage with braised cabbage and tomatoes. So try to get a little bit of everything. That is in fact the sausage. A little spice to it. I like how it pairs with the cabbage. It's feeling very Irish pub, but I like it. I'll give it 3.75 out of 5 claws. Next up, we have the chicken tikka, an Indian-style chicken. You can also pair this with the rice you can have up there, but I already had the rice with Tiana's gumbo, so I just got the chicken. Tender chicken, well-seasoned, moist, soaked up the sauce very well, no nuts. 4.5 out of 5 claws. We had arrived at the real reason everybody's here, or at least everybody, not the princess, the carving station. So here we have roast pork. Got a nice edge to it. Not crispy, but still good. It's well seasoned and it's got a nice roasted flavor to it. It's not as juicy as I would like, but it's still really good. It's not dry, at the very least. I'll give that 3.75 out of 5 claws. Prime rib, because everybody loves Disney buffet prime rib. I asked for a small piece. Small piece meant thin, but I'll take it. I'll admit that my cut is a little fatty. But it is well cooked. I wouldn't call it medium rare. I'd call it more medium. It's okay. I'm not the most huge fan of Disney buffet prime rib. I think it's probably, and this includes all meats, the pork, the beef, and the chicken, like the worst kind of meat on the whole buffet. But if you want prime rib, it's all you care to enjoy. So all you care to enjoy, I care not to. 2.75 out of 5 claws.
Rosé all day, because what else are you going to do when you're at the Grand Floridian? You're not going to get rosé at the Perch or at least not an affordable one. This is the cheapest one on the menu, and it is vegan. Yay! Wow. That's very floral. Light-bodied. Interesting. It's a little bit more like on the alcohol side. Like you don't get as much of the fruity as you usually get with a rosé. So I feel like you have to be like an alcohol lover to enjoy this rosé. Because if you don't like the taste of alcohol, you're really not going to like this. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 rosés all day.
I was in a beer mood. That mood doesn't hit often, but when it does, I sort of lean into it. Now I got the Three Daughters Beach Blonde Ale. Three Daughters usually gets featured a lot at the Epcot festivals, and since then have proliferated themselves into the resorts. This is a beer I normally get when I'm craving beer at the Steakhouse 71 Lounge, so I'm glad they have it here. Let's see if this TikTok trick that I saw that one time will actually work. Last time I did that, I made a mess all over the counter. Don't let people on social media influence you to do dumb things. I'm an idiot. I'm allowed to do dumb things. Ooh. It's got a nice layer to it. It's got that like nice complex level of hops, but like not too bitter. I like that. 3.5 out of 5 plus.
It's hilarious to me that the cake that we got has shrank like 4 times full. So like it used to be like a 5-biter, now it's a 1-biter. But I'm sharing this with Bear, so I'm gonna split it in half. I should have got 2, but I didn't. So cheers to a coconut hibiscus cake. Back when I first had this cake, it was very coconutty and I was not a big fan. I do feel like they've toned down the coconut a little bit, but it is still pretty coconutty. I do like the meringue on the top. I wish there was more of that, and less of the coconut, but you know, it's a thing that it does. Actually, I need to eat one of these. The strawberry helps cut the coconut. The strawberry is what you need when you don't like coconut. Although I eat strawberry for anything, but yeah, with that, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 breads. It gives good bread, but it's just not my jam.
I have a nubbin of cake. To me, as a non-dessert person, this is the appropriate amount of cake. It's that feeling when you expect something, but you don't expect so much of something. I feel like somebody's rubbing raw coconut on the back of my eyeballs. And yes, I do mean that as a personal torture method. If you love coconut, you will love that. Otherwise, avoid. 2 out of 5 claws.
It's been a while since we've had a meal here, so I don't remember if I had the chocolate chip cookies before, but vegan on the line, which is super cool. When do you get vegan cookies on the line? They're not bad, but they're a little hard. It's giving like 2-day-old Mrs. Fields. Not mad at, but also not the greatest. I would give it a 3 out of 5 cookies.
Your standard chocolate chip cookie. What could go wrong? I prefer a slightly softer cookie. As far as cookie goes, it's fine. Crunchy outside, soft warm on the inside. It's a prime example of great chocolate chip. 3.25 out of 5 claws. The flurry of desserts. Remember the Princess and Bear life hack is you always go to the main buffet. You get a plate for desserts. Don't get the tiny plates. Get a big plate because you're going to want more dessert anyway. So, I got this chocolate brownie of this triple chocolate mousse. I do see triple chocolate. I can't pick it up, but I definitely see it. Complete fail. There we go. I can definitely taste the triple chocolate. Nice, compact chocolate injection. 4 out of 5 claws. Here we have the Plain Jane mini vanilla cupcake with stars. Because you come here to make your wishes come true. And why shouldn't your wishes be stars? So, we're going to do this the princess method. Because she is technically the cupcake master. And I am but an apprentice. Haha. Now it's a cupcake sandwich. Standard vanilla, buttercream icing. It's the kind of yellow cake that Dave Chappelle would tell you not to drop. That's probably aging me a bit, but I don't care. 3.5 out of 5 claws. So they have miniature chocolate cakes. If chocolate is more your vibe, with this cream agnelise, which is supposed to be like the anglaise, like glaze, but anglaise. Cake feels a bit dry to me. A bit hard to swallow. It's okay. 2.5 out of 5 claws. So here is the Grand Floridian signature cake. We have a little Grand Floridian medallion on top of this almond cake. Or a little, I think it's toasted marshmallow. It's an almond lemon cake with toasted marshmallow. Even with my normal disdain for lemon, I find that to be quite tolerable. 3.25 out of 5 claws. So this is the thing that everybody raves about. The historic, the authentic, not to be duplicated strawberry soup. Last time we came here, I was not in love with it. I thought that you guys overhyped the strawberry soup to me. And some of you said that I did it wrong because I didn't have enough of the whipped cream. Now I have an iceberg of the whipped cream in the strawberry soup. I'm going to mix it up, as I was commanded to do last time. Strawberry soup. Still tastes like a watered down strawberry pudding to me. It ain't that special. I'm sorry. Honestly, the best dessert is probably the chocolate mousse or the Grand Floridian signature cake, or the almond lemon cake. This, it just feels like unearned nostalgia. 3 out of 5 claws. So DVC people away, Princess of the Berry will play.
I will say we had an amazing time. The average dinner is about an hour. We take longer, but if you get all the characters and everything in about an hour, you can just kind of speed run the meal. We like to take our time, and I think I appreciated a lot of it. There were some things I liked. Obviously, couple of little like tweaks here. Chef options were amazing. I had no notes, and the reduction sizing on some of the things was a little odd to me, but it is a buffet, so just enjoy as much as you want.
Yes. I think the buffet has maintained its quality. I don't think it's gone down. The food is slightly above average for a Disney buffet, and there was nothing like signature. I think really the only thing that like stuck out to me was Tiana's gumbo and the chicken.
I can't say that there is any location at the Grand Floridian that is bad.
I think that's a fair statement. Even Gasparilla surprises every now and then.
Yes,
But
I agree.
I don't know what you guys think. It's like going to the park fair, somebody's still on your list, or just one of those things like it came back, we went, and now we're done with it. I don't even know what you guys think in the comments below. As always, if there's anything else you see us do, that will always be the place to find us. Hit the notification bell when you see other videos like this, and
We have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
we will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, Bear will become a fixture in this glass case. And he might not grant a wish. Or he might have a magical mirror. Or he might have a magical shoe. Or who knows? He's just going to eat himself in the glass and he will never escape the glass.
I was actually just wondering what the rent on the lamp was, but you heard the girl.
Magnificent! Next, in your best wishing voice, nice and loud now, repeat after me.
I'm
I wish
wishing.
my wish,
I'm wishing.
as wish makers do,
As wish makers do.
and believe in myself.
And believe in